Welcome back, everybody. In the prelude to this adventure, you and your companions are asked to capture a high-ranking Drow commander to influence the internal politics of the Drow. In exchange for your help, a Drow faction named Melarn has promised to battle the Xenomorphs currently invading your country. You plan and execute a masterful ambush using information from Cyrene Falconhand, a paladin from the Order of the Valkyries. Your party successfully defeated the Drow Special Forces team and captured 3 Drow warriors with some complications. You and your companions successfully returned to the city of Blue Harbor with a group of escaped slaves and Drow prisoners. On the way, one of your party members gained fame by jumping the length of a cow that was stuck in mud. After arriving at Blue Harbor, the party negotiated against Cyrene Falconhand to relocate the escaped slaves. After a battle of wits, the party emerged victorious and signed a labor contract with the escaped slaves in exchange for food, water, shelter, and fair wages. While celebrating your victory, you learn that the Drow have attacked the Xenomorphs from the rear, and people are optimistic that the war will soon be over. Senator Hannibal, a prominent politician and de facto enemy of the party, has won a great battle, and everyone seems to respect him for his efforts to repel the invaders. This is quite concerning to you and your companions because you attacked Senator Hannibal's double agent while you were in the city of Twyrif many weeks ago. In addition to worrisome news, your success has attracted the attention of the guilds and aristocrats. Both factions have invited you to meet them, and the consequences of declining the invitation are deadly. What do you do now?
Uh, okay. So, I believe we agreed the first on the docket would be the invitation from the guild, yes?
Yes, Cider. I believe that was your arena of expertise. Lead the way. I have no idea where the guild hall is.
It's right here.
Oh,
Indeed.
uh, I
Ah, that big building 10 feet away from us. Perfect.
yeah. It was
I
something I
hate
meant to
walking
mention.
anyway.
Something I forgot to mention last game for while we're doing this. I'm gonna take. I think it was 40 gold we got from robbing those kids last time, and give it to the escaped slaves, Wolf, and all them, and just while we're doing this, send them to a bar to have fun.
Oh, who is this?
Huh? Drek.
Drek. Well, Drek, when you do that, you earn the favor of one of the escaped slaves. We'll call his name Brian. So this Brian, a dwarf, um, owes you. He's quite happy that you've given him some money to drink. As you can probably imagine, these escaped slaves have been on the run for a long time, and when they were slaves, they probably didn't get much alcohol, they didn't get much beer. So he is quite appreciative of you, and just remember that name, Brian. He is a friend. You might
All right.
ask him to do a favor for you later on.
Why, Drek, you are the picture of chivalry.
Indeed.
I mean, we've drug them halfway across this continent here. The least they deserve is some kind of drink while we're doing all this.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that money went to good use.
Maybe then.
And while we're in this city, Drek, before we leave, don't forget to let me buy you a lance.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
Well,
Do you enter the guild hall?
Yes.
In the
I'm
heart,
to.
in the heart of downtown Blue Harbor stands a large 3-story theater with marble walls and fine blue-tiled roof. The doors are made of tinted glass pane that shroud the inside with mystery. Many craftsmen and merchants gather outside in a long line waiting to enter. Some of the people waiting are dressed in fine clothes, and others look like they got off work loading crates at a warehouse or smelting iron beside a furnace. As a guest of honor, you and your companions are ushered backstage. Soft music is playing in the background. You notice that the audience is separated based on wealth and status. The poor workers are seated or standing on the lowest level. The middle managers and skilled craftsmen are seated in the middle level. The guild leaders are seated in box seats. In a few minutes, you will be asked to present your business idea to the audience. 5 titans of industry will be watching, and they might possibly make you an offer depending on how persuasive you are. Let me go ahead and pull you to the map.
I'm gonna
All
say
right.
to as we're walking up, I'm gonna say quietly to Cypher, just so you know, I have nothing to say here whatsoever. Say as much as you like, and I'll just stand behind you and nod my head.
Understand. This is the opportunity I have been waiting for a long time.
I doubt I'll be of much help. I'm much better at scaring people than convincing them to believe in me.
Okay. Looks like you guys are in. So notice you're on stage. There's some music playing, presumably from some magicians that are located below you. And then I didn't fill up the seats because there's just so many of them. But first row, you have a whole bunch of seats for the common workers. And then you have the skilled engineers, the skilled craftsmen, the middle managers. And then finally, you have the titans of industry up here, who are watching
See.
your every move.
All right. I'm pretty up. Cypher is going to take while he's backstage, he's going to take a he's gonna acquire a cloth from his bag, well, just some assorted goods, and he's gonna shine his new mithril armor to a polish. Gotta make sure he has that the first impression is impressive. Uh, and wearing the mithril armor, drawing attention to it while making a proposal for a mithril mine is, I feel it's a good idea. So he's going to polish the mithril to a shine he before they move up onto stage, and he'll wait for his turn.
Okay. After a while, an announcer comes out and he introduces, and here we have a promising upcoming new adventuring party in our country. We have Cypher, Remishton, Gilmac, Dark Wolf, or not Dark Wolf, he's in the back, and Drek. And he gestures for you to come out. As
All
you're
right.
walking out, one of the titans of industry stands up. He spreads his body and puffs his chest. In a booming voice, he calls out, "We can make your business idea a smashing success. We have highly skilled craftsmen that can transform your ore into the best equipment in the country. We have the most effective transportation network in the country, and we can have you every city selling your products within 2 weeks. We have partnerships with construction companies that can build a new road to your mithril mine. Victory is within your reach. Tell us what business opportunity you are offering the guilds."
All right. Time to go to work. I'll move out in front, and I'll begin talking. First and foremost, thank you for this wonderful opportunity you've given me to advocate for what I can offer you. First and foremost, I believe of course, you already know that the mine I am offering you the the sole reciprocants of the products of my mithril mine. The mine that me and my friends here had successfully liberated from unlawful occupation. And indeed, not only am I offering to only sell the mithril therein to you so that you would have a monopoly on the content. I'm also offering a deal. See, a few weeks ago, me and my companions were what's it, wandering down. I believe we were on a quest of sorts, looking for what's it called, a client's daughter, and we happened to come across the elves to the south. Um, During our negotiations with them, because as it's so obvious, they are loath to allow people onto their land. We we offered the possibility of opening up trade with them for what's it called, for mithril. Of course, knowing that we would need the permission of the guilds to continue. I bring this here to you as a way to uh, builds closer ties with the nation to the south. Not only with the mithril from the mine, but with the trade deal that you could offer them, and providing them the mithril that they so need as elves who must move lightly through the forest rather than the use of heavy armor. There is of course also the fact that the mine they're in also contains a forge, as well as unknown other resources within. And so the fact remains that this opportunity is uh, ex- has the opportunity to grow exponentially. The This mine could provide profits far in excess of our your wildest dreams, not just physically but politically as well. And I beg you, imagine how it would look to be the person who had broken decades of deadlock between the country of Ventus and the elves by the simple provision of ore, or the one who was finally able to bring our two peoples together by allowing this trade to soften their hearts and open their minds. What's it called? This could lead to an untold era of prosperity if only you would provide me the opportunity to show it to you. Uh, with only the efforts of a few volunteers, really, I have managed to exhume over 76 pounds of mithril. Again, this is without a standing workforce, done with barely over the course of a few weeks. I now imagine that now that I've obtained what's it called, a workforce, a larger workforce, and with the help of the guild, just how much we'd be able to produce. Uh, given the sale of such mithril, or the processing of it into uh, arms and armor, or even jewelry, the what you stand to gain cannot be described with words. Simply imagine all that could be done with your cooperation. Thank you. He'll bow after giving his presentation.
All right, well done. Well done, Cypher. That was well presented. You gain a point of inspiration. Let me go ahead and shoot that over to you. The Tides of Industry clap, and they say, so, to the question of how many pounds of mithril ignates you have mined from the Dwarven mine this year, you say 76 pounds? Is that correct?
Yes, 76 pounds in total.
Hmm. And that's without a workforce. So I imagine with a
Indeed.
workforce, easily, that could be doubled. What are your next steps for growth?
Next steps for growth, as I recently mentioned, I've just come back from a long trip. I've managed to obtain just a scattering few new of a workforce. I'd like to expand the mines themselves. Uh, we've barely had the opportunity to really dig, and with that we hardly know if it's only mithril that can be found there. Indeed, such rare ores are often found in close proximity, and indeed I'd like to expand the mines and make them self-sufficient, meaning that we wouldn't need to put in money to feed the workers stationed there or defend them in case of monster attacks. And in that case, it would also be beneficial to build to what's it called to restore the old forging equipment that was found within the mines, so as to be able to imagine that we could mine what's it called the mithril and forge it same place. We wouldn't have to export to move it out to other places and then what's it called pay extra to have it turned into merchandise that we could sell. We could mine it, work it, and then put out finished products in a smattering of a few weeks. It would be a truly glorious means of production. I believe that's the extent of my plans, barring any new developments.
Okay. What is the total gold value of your business, in your opinion?
Well, uh, I believe that its value can't simply be estimated. But if I was to take all that I have earned from this mine, and all I have earned from this mine, and all that I might earn, estimation, well in excess of 50, I believe 50,000 gold.
50,000.
Well in excess. Well in excess. I have gotten almost 1,000 by myself. Almost 1,000 gold by myself. Imagine now we have people working there 20, what's it called, 24/7 for the next year. Imagine and that's purely in profit. Not to talk of the mine itself and its value as both a forge and as for whatever other ores we might find in the area.
And how much did you pay to get this mine?
I paid around, I believe it was around rounding up around 300 gold to acquire the deed to the mine. Of course, this was before it was known that mithril could be mined there. I believe it was thought that I was simply attempting to acquire a base of operations, which is why I got it so cheaply.
Yes. Well, I must say, I'm impressed with your entrepreneurial skills. We all have to start somewhere. And I remember that my family in the Titan of Industry starts talking about you know, his family story. I started out in the textile market. Slowly, we expanded, we grew, we hired new artisans. We talked to other cities and gave them the type of cloths, the type of textiles that they needed. Some of the other titans of industry focused on forging, and they might be a better partner for you. So 50,000 gold pieces. That's certainly a lot for just 76 pounds of mithril per year. Let's assume that you double that. You get that to 150 pounds. And let's say that you sell the mithril at the standard market rate of, well, let's say 10 gold pieces. So 150 times 10 is going to be 1,500 per year of gold pieces, plus the value of your mine as property. It's pretty far from civilization, so that value can't be too much, except for its value in resources. So you're looking at 1,500 gold pieces if the production is doubled from your new workforce. And then you're saying 50,000 gold pieces total value.
Allow me to I by no means I mean to correct you, but it has not yet been a full year. I mean 70. I said 76 gold pieces as of now by myself. Say we double my production to one from 76. Let's say to 150. 150 would be in the area of around maybe 2 months of work, because that's how long I've actually had the mine itself. So it would be more. You understand where I'm coming from? I have not yet had the mine for long enough to say that 76 pounds of mithril would be its maximum production per year. Indeed, I believe it would more than double. I believe it might be possible to even triple or quadruple. Although I can't. What's it called? Without proof as to for that, I can't say anything.
All right, so triple. You're suggesting that it hasn't been a full year, and if you mine more, you'll produce more this year. So let's say that you triple your profits, 4,500 per year, and that's if you do it alone. Or no, yeah, that's if you do it alone without any investment from us. Your business will produce 4,500 by the end of the year. Gold pieces.
That is correct.
Okay. Now we see a lot of potential in your dwarven mine. We think it's a great investment. We want a partnership with you. And we think we can do great things together. But there are some questions that we have for you. Because I think this 4,500 number, I think we can get this number to 10,000, to 20,000, to 30,000. Not to 50,000, that's maybe too much. But we can get this number much higher. I have a question for you, and that is, your dwarven mine is located in an area with a lot of dangerous monsters. Your dwarven mine is located on the southern edge of explored territory. This means it's a very dangerous and risky area. You are going to lose shipments and workers when you try to transport and distribute any products to the marketplace. How are you going to solve this problem?
Well, like I said previously, as I said previously, one of the methods with which I was going to use to advance into the future was to make the mine self-sufficient. Um, I understand that you haven't been there, but the mine itself works as sort of a fortress. Um, Given that me and my companions here were the ones that liberated it from an occupying force, um, I will testify to the fact that it was very difficult to simply to invade. So the mine itself, given that it is of course garrisoned with its workers and those to guard them, would be very difficult for an unintelligent monster to what's it called, or ill-equipped bandits to simply invade. And as we were introduced as adventurers, the fact remains that we hold the capability to clear out any monsters that make their dens close by to prey on shipments, or any bandits that decide that this trade route is ripe for the pickings. Of course, I also have plans to render the workers themselves capable of defending their cargo. So that is for the future, and it would require aid from your esteemed selves.
Okay, so you say it's a fortress. You say that it would require aid from us, and you say you're capable adventuring. You're very strong. Okay. I think a magical contract to guarantee you will clear out the monsters within a certain time frame and provide security. I think that's needed. If you fail, then I insist that all your investors have guaranteed ways to take all the money they invested into your business plus 15% profit from you and your companions. This will essentially protect. This was insurance in case you can't protect our investment. If the Dwarven mine gets overrun with monsters, if none of the shipments can come through on the road, then we're potentially losing it. I don't know how much of your business we're going to buy. If we buy 30% and the price is, let's say, you're saying 50,000, but that is quite a bit for a company that can only earn 4,500 per year. But whatever that number is, if we buy a third of that number, if we did buy a third of 50,000, we would give you, let's say 30% of 50,000. That would be 0.3 times 50,000. Oh. Go ahead and do that again. We'd be giving you 15,000 gold pieces. That's a lot of money to park in one investment without insurance. So this is a type of insurance.
I understand completely, and I would be willing to agree to sign this contract. Although I must point out that while my friends here have decided to support my venture, they do not actually own stake in the mine, and so I would have to accept the liability for onto myself. I cannot promise that they would be able to fork over any what's it called any money give it what's it called should a problem occur, given that they uh,
Well, I'm afraid
given that
that's non-negotiable. 15,000 gold pieces. If we gave you 15,000 gold pieces and you were unable to repay that because our investment, plus a profit, the 15% can be negotiated, but 15,000 plus a profit, if we were unable to pay that, we would experience a devastating loss. This is the type of loss where, people come to your house, they go to your family's house, they go to your friends and your companion's house, and they break legs until 15,000 gold pieces are returned. I mean, this is not a serious matter. This is a very serious matter. We're talking about the lives of thousands of people, the livelihoods of thousands of people.
I understand.
Like,
I understand that you have to care. Yes.
didn't you say that the 1,500 or the 4,500 is what you made in 2 months, or would be double what you would make in 2 months with the new workforce?
Yeah, so we estimate that with your new workforce, optimistically speaking, it'd be 1,500 per year. But then Cypher said that that's only for a few months, so we tripled it to represent the profits from a year, 4,500.
But if
Yep.
that's only 2 months, a full year would be 6 times.
No, it was an estimation of 2 months, but we estimated to be more like 4 months because you guys haven't established anything. We don't even know how much your workforce is or how much your production will increase with that workforce. That's why we estimated it to be 3 times.
Had to be what's it called conservative in the estimate. I don't fault them. I understand that what's it. I understand what you're saying about the amount of money that you would be investing in this mine. Um, Say this. Like I said, I'm perfectly willing to sign what's it called to sign that contract, but in the in the event that I am unable to what's it called to sell, oh sorry, to protect your investment, I have something else that I am willing to place. What would it be as collateral?
Okay?
So I will remove the what's it called from my bag of holding the figurine of the bronze griffin. I believe what's it called? Figurine of Wondrous Power, the bronze griffin. That should be that rare or very rare.
Oh,
Let me check.
okay.
That's a rare.
Yeah,
It's
gotcha.
rare?
Rare magical item. Okay. Continue, Cypher, they say.
All right. Now, this on its own is worth around 5,000 gold pieces. At least that depending. Like I'm generalizing here. That would of course depend on who buyers and whatnot. How supply and demand. You understand. Um, give or take, it should be around 5,000 gold pieces, which is to cover the collateral of your some of the collateral of your initial investment. And furthermore, I myself am I believe you know the term artificer. Um, I possess the ability to create to create items of this level and less rares considerably in rather short time frames. So I what's it called? Failing to to protect your investment, I can cover a third of it immediately. Like should something occur that causes the mine to fail, given that I have this item in my possession, I of course can guarantee that I can cover a third of the initial investment that would be lost immediately. And given time, maybe maybe around 3 or 4 months to create more items on this scale, I would be able to cover. I would also be able to cover the rest.
Cypher, one of the titans of industry, speaks up. He chuckles a bit. Cypher, you don't understand. 15,000 is a lot of money. And that might not be the amount we give you. It's, we're going to give you a third of what we value your business to be. But let's say that it is 15,000, and you say you have a magic item worth 5,000 gold pieces. Of course, if the business fails and we come for you to get back our investment, of course we're gonna take all your magic items, we're gonna sell it, and then after we get back our investment, then we'll give you the magic items back. So of course we're gonna take it. This is not new collateral. This is existing collateral, and we would send bounty hunters, we would scry, we would send wizards. I mean, we would get our investment back, no matter what.
At this point, I think I'm going to raise a finger like I'd like to say something.
Yeah, go ahead, Ramishton. They comment.
For what it's worth, Cider, this seems like a bit more risk than it's worth, if you ask me.
A lot of the crowd boos at you. Boo, Ramishton.
You can't make profits without taking risks. Yeah.
I mean, I've made my living just fine without risking life and limb. I mean, life and limb on the battlefield is one thing, but they're threatening us with wizards and scrying. I don't want to deal with that.
Only if you cheat us. Are you a cheater, Ramishton?
I am no cheater. I have won fair and square at the fighting pits twice this past week.
That you have nothing to worry about.
It is not cheating I fear, it is things outside of our control. Having been a soldier for most of my life, I know that often there are many factors outside one's control. An enemy host could show up at any minute with no warning. And if soldiers are held personally responsible for such an event, then no one would want to be a soldier. Soldiers are not liable.
Nobody wants to die on the battlefield, but there are consequences for your actions. When you fail on the battlefield, you die in battle. It's the same thing here. If you fail in business, your business goes you lose your business. Investors we have to protect our investment.
There are not.
Ramishton, hold on just a moment. I believe you've misunderstood their intentions. They are not saying that should an act of God fall upon like say like another invasion come forth, that we would be held personally responsible. They're saying
it sounds to me that's exactly what they're saying.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to look at the investors. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe the gist of what you're saying is that if we fail, if the business fails because we fail to put in the due diligence, clearing out monsters, defending the mine, and so forth, or because we squander the investment you gave us on booze and fine foods that you will be coming for us. I believe that is that not what you meant to say?
Yes, and given that you guys are pretty strong, we'll reduce the percent profit that we'll take to 5. But essentially, if you fail to provide adequate security, and the business fails as a result of your lack of security, we want our investment back plus 5%.
See, I believe the merchant jargon is rather hard to see through on your first attempt, or Mission. I don't blame you for believing for seeing this as rather unfair. It's it took
Oh,
me a
it
while
sounds
to get.
quite fair. I
Yeah.
quite
Alright.
understand. I would say it's fair. It's only, I look up at the merchants. Say that some sort of invasion, say a horde of Xenomorphs suddenly showed up on our doorstep. An innumerable horde, one that whatever guards were hired could not defend against. And the mine was wiped out. I understand that we'd be held liable for that, despite it being outside our control, and that's just to protect your investment. I fully understand. I am simply saying, and I look at Cider, that we live in tumultuous times, and I'm not sure such a risk is worth it. If you take this investment, Cider, just make sure you have most of it ready to pay right back should something like that happen.
It's I believe that within the first I should be able to get that done within a short time frame. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to minimize the risk to you all, given that you all your stake in this is purely sentimental. You're supporting me as friends, which I appreciate from the bottom of my heart.
All right. Well, you don't want to hold your companions liable if you fail to make good on your business. But so this is what we'll do. We'll make it so that this collateral only applies to Cypher. So Cypher is only one that needs to repay. However, if Vermishton or Gilmac or your friend Darkwolf in the back or Drek takes any money, any magic items, anything from Cypher at all whatsoever, that stuff needs to be returned to us as a way
I
of
see.
getting our investment back. So if Vermishton or Cypher Vermishton or Gilmac or Drek or Darkwolf takes anything, then we will send stuff after. We will send, and he kind of leaves it to your imagination. We'll send somebody to collect. But if you don't take anything from Cypher, then that's fine. Only Cypher is held liable. And Cypher, you mentioned that you're an artificer. You can create magic items. We don't believe you, because if you could create such rare magical items, you would already be rich. You would already be selling that stuff, and the fact that you aren't means that you either aren't good or you don't have the business knowledge to do it.
I mean, well, it's really more like I can't break into the market as a single person. If you would, I'd call my my homunculus servant onto stage as proof that I can create magic items. I did not buy this creature. It was indeed. You can see that it was made of mundane items, which I then enchanted. Feel free to take it apart at your leisure. I can given a day, I can put it back together.
All right,
But
so make 100 of these, and we'll sell it. We'll see what happens, and then give it to us.
So that's not the. Perhaps in the future, I could consider that, but I know you require more proof to believe that I can create magic items of staggering power. I say just wait and watch. What was it called? Once I have shown you the ability to create, perhaps then you will entrust more onto me. I'm not saying that you need to increase what you're offering just because of that. I'm just saying that so that you know that there are other options. There's also, of course, I'll bear the potions of healing that I have also crafted. upon on my person. 5 of these. Given that you control the per sale of magic of potions and other common magic items within the city, I imagine that it would be quite simple for you to check to see whether or not a party matching my description has purchased any of these potions recently. You will find that they have not. I created these myself.
All right. We'll leave it at that then. The next point I want to discuss is something that concerns us greatly. And that is, you may or may not be aware, but you and your companions are known criminals and have a bad reputation. This means no one trusts you to run your business legally. No one trusts you to deliver consistent and reliable profits for any investors. So the question that we have is, how are you going to guarantee that you will not steal our investment money? So I think an ethics clause is needed in a magical contract. If you break the law or do anything that harms the reputation of your investors, then you lose ownership of your dwarven mine, and you must pay compensation to your investors.
Now that is where I will have to know a difference in opinion. Um, we have served we have served the required time, and in fact risked our lives as a result of the ill thought out plans of one of our former companions. While I agree that an ethics clause is required to make sure that we do not, steal your money, you simply go ahead and put it into the contract. That wasn't. It would be more beneficial for me to invest in the mine and reap legal rewards that no one can gainsay for me for anyway. But I will say this: what happens? I will not agree to the loss of ownership of the mine should a law be broken. Say we are simply accused. We are accused. We say
You
we
would
are
need to be
framed for something
convicted.
that happened. So we would need to be convicted of a crime, is what you're
Yeah, you
saying?
would need to be convicted of a
Found
crime, not
guilty
accused of a
God.
crime.
Okay, then that makes things much more personable. And I say, how about this?
The
How
judge
about say,
also cannot be associated with the guilds. It would be a conflict of interest. So it would have to be, you know, it would have to be either
a
the
neutral third
aristocrats
party?
or the clerics.
I
I'd place
whisper to
my trust in the
Cypher,
cleric.
judges can be bought.
If it has
Judges
anything to
can
do with Hannibal, I feel like we also need clarification there, since he's already got it out for us.
That's the thing. I'd rather have it be the clerics, given
Okay.
their value as upholders of justice to a frankly ridiculous degree. I don't think high-ranking clerics. I don't think they can be bought.
All right.
If they lost themselves to greed, they'd lose their powers.
Got it. So
And
you,
I
The
say to
god.
that, fine, Cypher, if it's clerics, I suppose I'll agree to it.
all right. So you would need to be convicted of a crime to lose the mine, and the judge needs to be aligned with the clerics. It can't be aristocrats or guilds. Okay, we'll put that in the clause. All right, that solves that one. The next one is, well, it's rather the same thing. You and your companions have made a lot of enemies with the aristocrats and guilds. This means you might die soon. So how are you going to solve this problem or guarantee that the business continues to be successful if you die? If you keep pissing people off and they kill you, we lose potentially 15,000 gold pieces because the business disintegrates. So that would be terrible. And then you're dead, so we can't even collect any. Well, it would take a while to collect collateral.
Well, first and foremost, I do have one of my her first employees set up to take ownership of the mine. Should I disappear? You know, under mysterious circumstances. But more to the point, I don't plan on dying, and I don't plan on having anyone trying to assassinate me. So we have made um we have made plans for reparations with the aristocrats. I believe the terms of the agreement are confidential, so I can't speak them out here. Given the fact that we are this is a rival faction, but uh, we have been. No, I believe no. The terms might be confidential, but the request is not. We have been contracted to say recover one of the aristocrats' frontier settlements from a monster incursion, and in what's it called, and so as to clear the bad air that's come between us. So you can trust that unless something very startling happens in the next couple of weeks, there shouldn't be anyone coming after our head. At least not from within the country. As you
Okay.
know, the Xenomorphs they're coming after everybody.
All right. So you say that you're going to do something for some unknown person, and there's going to be maybe the aristocrats, and that's going to make good. And obviously, if you make this deal with us, we're not going to want to harm you. We want this business to be successful for a long time so we can collect money from it. That's what our interest is. We trust you, but trust but verify. So tell me who your beneficiary is if you die.
My beneficiary is a my first employee, known as she's called, let's see, and what
Anna.
she's known as Anna. Yes, what's her last name? I don't think I have her last
Yeah,
name.
you don't
Uh,
out of character. You do not have her last name. But okay, they write down Anna.
her-
Cool. Um,
she has been the one selling what's it called, managing the mine while I've been on the journeys. Overseeing the sale of mithril and whatnot.
okay. She sounds like she has the well, maybe not great business skills, but okay business skills, and that's all right. We're not trying to dictate how you run your mine here. Finally, and this is pretty important for some of us, he kind of gestures down to the middle managers, the artisans, the workers. Your dwarven mine does not employ any guild members. We believe in supporting our workers with high-paying jobs that can support families. The workers in the first level, the audience applaud. We believe in hiring skilled workers and functional managers. There is a round of applause from the managers and craftsmen on the second level. So how are you going to solve this problem? Um, he mentions that I think you need to employ at least 30% of your workforce from the guild members. If you fail to meet this requirement, then I insist that all your investors have guaranteed ways to take all the money they invested into your business, and not 15% profit, but just like 5% profit.
Um, I have no problems with hiring more individuals once the mine itself expands. I believe it would be fair. Give me some time to to expand operations first, and then I will hire what's it called? I will seek out the skilled and unskilled laborers from the guild to further increase our connection, our business relation. Because like I said before, I've been running the mine almost by myself, with basically just me and Anna, really. Um, it might not be best to immediately move a large workforce there. Let's wait until it's properly built up before then. Would you agree to giving me a three a month? A deadline of a month's time, I will need to hire at least 30% of the workforce from the guild, so as to prepare the business for their arrival.
Yeah, agreed. 1 month. And there's a round of applause from both levels. You, you can tell that the Titans, they kind of gave some lip service to their managers and the workers, but I think they're more so concerned about their pocketbooks. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We want to buy 30% equity or ownership in your business. Now you mentioned that your mine is worth 50,000. I don't think it's worth 50,000 right now. I think it could be worth 50,000 in the future.
Indeed.
But right
Feel
now,
free to.
you can potentially earn 4,500 per year as it stands by itself without any investment. So we'll give
Alright.
you, we'll say that, I'd say that we'll give you 4,500 gold pieces for 30%. No. It could be much more than that. We'll give you 6,000 gold pieces for 30% ownership. How does that sound?
That sounds excellent. 6,000 gold pieces for 30% ownership in the business. Of course, and once you, let's work on the terms here. By ownership, like what would occur once we've fully paid out the 6,000 initial investment?
So we buy 30% equity or ownership in your business. We give you 6,000 gold pieces. And this can be in materials, this can be in workers and contracts and any kind of form of payment that you want, or we can just give you gold. So this means that we have 30% chance of deciding the outcome of business decisions because we own 30% of the business. So let's say that you want to sell the business and liquidate, and the price of the business actually rises to 50,000, and it will in a few years. It rises to 50,000. You want to sell it, and we don't want to sell. So that means 30% chance that you don't sell it. Or if there's another decision down the line that we disagree with, we have a 30% chance of blocking it. This encourages us to collaborate and compromise because we don't want to bet everything on 30%, and you don't want to take the chance that 30% of the time, what you want to happen might not happen. So that it encourages us to compromise, and we'll find a way to work things out. This means that we have that the Titans of Industry, me, or my designated proxy, have right of entry to your business, just like you would have as owner. We're going to be an owner as well, so we would be able to visit the business. We're going to be informed of the daily events, just like you would as an owner. And in the event of a sale, or in the event that your business earns any profits, we earn 30% of it. So if you were to make 1,000 gold pieces every month, then we earn 300 of it.
That makes sense. Yes, I believe I can agree to these terms. It sounds, yeah.
All right.
Although, yes, I can make do.
So on top of the 6,000, this is not including the other things that we're going to do to make your business a success. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to build a new road going directly to your mine. It's going to help with what I think is going to be one of your challenges, distribution and transportation of your ore. But you need to clear out the monsters before we do that, because we're not going to... The guild members, we don't want the guild members to die trying to make this road. So clear out the monsters before we make the road. But we'll cover that for free as part of our commitment as 30% partners in your business. So we'll start with that, and then we'll throw in the other stuff as we go in.
Yes, excellent. In relation, in that same vein, I would like to say, give maybe 4,000 in gold, like say for the 60,000 in value that you will be offering me. I'd like to take 4,000 of that in gold. For 1,000 gold pieces, I would like it would greatly ease my what's it called, the strain of business if you could introduce me to some I believe I was looking for an alchemist, one of the master alchemists within your employ, and the last 1,000 in materials to help fortify and expand the mine.
So you want to give us 4,000 of the 6,000 we're going to give you, and in exchange you want just an introduction that to a master alchemist? That seems
No,
okay.
no, no, no. I sorry, you misread me. I said for 1,000 of the 6,000 that you would be giving me, you would get you not an introduction would be all right. I was thinking more like like a not a contract. Uh, Put me like say you know how it would be difficult to get a an appointment like a working appointment. I don't just want to meet them. I want to be able to collaborate with them. Well, on a project of mine that would aid in the
So
security
you,
of the
you want a
mine.
master alchemist on retainer. I get it now.
Not on retainer, just a. It doesn't need to be on retainer. If that would be, if that would benefit do better to have it that way, that would be nice. But for 1,000 of the 6,000, yes, on retainer and a collaboration, partnership, whatever needs to be done in order for me to make contact.
Yeah, you don't need to. We don't need to. Well, is this have to do with the business, the dwarven mine, that business, or is this separate? Because and that master
Um,
alchemist doesn't sound like it has anything to do with mithril, unless you're making mithril products.
it not only for the mithril products, it has to do with the security of the mine itself. Like I said, I have a few ideas on how I could boost the security of the mine. And I require an alchemist to see those ideas to
All
fruition.
right, so we will not take the 1,000 gold because um, that we're not going to accept payment before we give you something because there's a fair exchange of goods and services here. So I will introduce you to a master alchemist. I'm going to do it for free. And then if you want something from the master alchemist, you contract the guilds to provide it, and then we'll get paid when that contract happens. So let's see. There's a couple master alchemists to the north. One in Fandor. Yeah, we can have a master alchemist meet here in Blue Harbor in about a month, and then we can talk about the details then. They're working on a lot of high priority projects, so we can't just pull them immediately. Does that sound good? 1 month,
All right.
30 days.
Yes, that sounds excellent. It'll also give me enough time to finish raising the mine itself to up to speed basically. Yeah, that sounds great. Excellent.
Okay, a master alchemist will meet in Fandor, or sorry, in Blue Harbor, um, in 30 days. Cypher can talk 30 days at the guild hall. Cypher can talk to him then.
Excellent.
All right. If that's it, then that concludes our business. I'm going to have the documents sent over to you, and Cypher, you just take a look at them. Um, and yeah.
All right. Thank you for your time. He'll bow and begin walking off stage.
Sounds good.
The moment Cypher is out of off stage and away from prying eyes, he's gonna start he's gonna start celebrating this is like a complete a completely different side to him. It's like
Well, it seems you're happy about how that went. Congratulations.
thank you very much. Uh, and I really couldn't have done this without you guys. Uh, I was highballing that 50,000 estimate. I didn't think I'd actually make it out with 6,000. Ooh, ooh.
Well done,
I'm
6,000.
curious,
So yeah,
what do you intend to do with these
so feel
monies?
free in downtime and the downtime activities just to like iron out, okay, I invest so and so much into a new water wheel, or so and so much into restoring the forge, or so and so much into excavating a new mine shaft to create more, or so and so much to search for adamantine, or so and so much. So you can kind of like divvy up this investment to get you more stuff into your dwarven mine. 6,000 is a lot, and you can hire a lot of people to do a lot of good work here.
Yep, that's good. That's good. All right, let me just 6,000.
So yeah, put that 6,000. They're paying you 6,000. So you want it in gold, or you want it? Just say 6,000 gold pieces and put it in there from the guilds. You can have it in any form of payment. They'll give it to you. All right, so we're gonna take a short break now, and we're gonna come back in 10 minutes.
Sounds
Right.
good. I'll be here in 10.